Yo, what is good, peasants? My name is JB and I'm back here today with my Season 2 draft analysis for the UPBA, which is a league ran by my buddy Gray / Jack / dude has way too many names, but this is a really cool league with a lot of really cool coaches and I'm very glad to be here. So with that being said, if you guys are looking forward to this season and seeing how poorly I do in it, because let's be honest, I'm not exactly great at this whole Pokemon thing, although it's the only thing I really do, so I should probably be pretty good at it, but now I'm dying. Oh my god, I hate it here. Anyway, if you're interested at all and you're new around this channel, please be sure to go ahead and hit subscribe. If you're not, it would mean a lot to me. We're getting pretty close to that 350 subscriber mark, so yeah, dude, it'd be really cool of you to go ahead and hit that button if you're not already subscribed. And like I already mentioned it a little bit, definitely be sure to go ahead and check out all the coaches down in the description. A lot of really cool people in here. Got a lot of the homies as well as some people I've never played before, so good mix, and it should really be a fun time. But with that being said, let's quickly go over the rules of the league. You can see we had a budget of 120 points to pick 10 through 12 Pokemon. So you can only get 10 or you get 12. Yeah, I don't think that really needed to be explained anymore, but here we are. The points range from 18 points all the way down to 1. So yeah, spend your points however the hell you want. Just don't go over 120. Yeah, that's pretty much that in terms of the budget and whatnot. I don't really know why that's important, but I said it anyway. So yeah, dude. You can see there are 20 coaches in this league, and wouldn't you know, since I don't think since before Isle of Armor I've gotten a draft position above like the midpoint of the league. Like every freaking league I'm in, I've been stuck in the middle for so damn long, and this league was no different. I got 11 out of 20, and if you've been around this channel for a minute, you know how much I hate having a middle pick. It's just the worst. Like, you're never close to your pick, you don't get a wheel, you don't get like really anything good in the first round. It just kind of sucks. Like middle of the pack is objectively the worst spot to be in a draft. Like it just is. I don't like, there are some people who disagree with that, and those people are stupid. I'll call a spade. If you think middle pick is good, you're dumb. But yeah, dude, 11 out of 20 kind of sucks. But there were a few good things left on the board, so I guess we could just go ahead and get to what ended up on the team here for Season 2 of the UPBA. So with our first pick, we went ahead and grabbed Garchomp. Now, there weren't a whole hell of a lot of really cool things left on the board, but Garchomp looked like the most fun of the Pokemon that was still available. I considered, like, I wanted to draft, of course, Dracovish, dude. Of course, who doesn't want to draft Dracovish, man? I just want to click some damn fishy random buttons, bro. That's all I really want to do with my life. But unfortunately, Fishy Boy was gone by the time it was my turn to pick, and Zygarde was something else I was considering, but I believe that went like a couple picks before me as well, so couldn't really get either of the first two things I wanted. But Garchomp was still there. It looks like a ton of fun. I haven't used Garchomp since like early Gen 7, so I thought it'd be a fun, time to go ahead and grab the boy again. I don't think I've used it since like ICBA, which was a league that existed. I'll just say that. So yeah, it just looked super fun. It has a fantastic typing, of course, Dragon Ground just being amazing both offensively and defensively. And it has stats that are fucking phenomenal. Base 102 speed is just great, being able to outspeed all those really annoying base 100 Pokemon. And then just a massive attack stat as well at like, what, 130? Pretty damn solid. And, decent bulk as well. Good abilities, Sandvale, Rough Skin. I'm pretty sure Sandvale is banned. Listen, dude, we gotta talk about some of the stuff that was banned in this league. We really do. So one of the things that was banned in this league, and it's like they really just wanted to rip everything I love just out of my chest and just make me just take away a part of who I am as a human being. They banned Quick Claw, guys. Quick Claw is banned. How am I gonna beat weather? How am I gonna make people really mad at me? How am I gonna induce salt? Like, come on, man. That's what I live off of. I need my sodium intake. Why would you ban my Quick Claw? How could you? God, I hate it here. But yeah, Quick Claw is banned, unfortunately. I'm not really sure why that's so relevant, but it kind of is. But yeah, Garchomp looks like a ton of fun. Of course, having access to SD Scale Shot now is really damn cool. Of course, Scale Shot is a little bit of a double-edged sword in that it does lower your defense, but I mean, Garchomp getting a speed boost, kind of worth it if you ask me. You just have to make sure you get the kill with Scale Shot, otherwise it is kind of just a waste. But we'll make sure we get our kills with Scale Shot more often than not. So to pair with Garchomp, there wasn't really like, this draft, it got weird. I'll be upfront with you guys. After Garchomp and this next Pokemon, and there's like one other Pokemon I'm excited to use. I'm not super in love with this team. It was just a rough draft for me. I didn't really plan it all that well, and I didn't really think about my picks all that well. And as such, I'm not like super in love with this team, but we'll make the best of it. There are a few fun Pokemon, and there are a lot of buttons to click, so we'll definitely make sure we click some damn buttons and do what we must to come out of here with at least, you know, a few wins is kind of our goal, right? We'll see. Anyway, our next pick, we went ahead and grabbed Slowbro. Pretty damn decent pairing with Garchomp, forming a nice little bulky core of Pokemon that can do decent amounts of damage as well as just be thick as hell. Like, Slowbro is one of the absolute best defensive pivots in the game, and of course Garchomp does cover the electric weakness that Slowbro has. So yeah, dude, we're basically forming an OU team, and I will be remiss if I didn't admit I was playing a ton of ladder at the time. So I'm like, dude, Garchomp Slowbro, I love using that on the ladder. Seems like a good idea in draft. And I'm actually really excited to use Slowbro. It's one of my favorite mods to use in the format. I haven't used it in a really long time as well. So that was another thing that went into it. It's like, I haven't used Slowbro in so damn long. And Teleport plus Regenerator is super broken in Gen 8, and I really want to try it out. So I went ahead and took round 2 Slowbro. Was that a bit of a reach? Probably in like a 12-man draft or a 16-man draft. Absolutely in 12-man. 16-man, I mean, it's a little bit more debatable. 20-man, I don't think round 2 Slowbro is a bad pick. A lot of teams are going to have, you know, just the hard enough hitters to just deal with a Slowbro. So just having a really, really solid defensive pivot into most things, I thought would be a really solid, you know, way to start the team. And it can do some fun stuff with like Trick Room and Belly Drum if I get the right matchup, or if we need to get weird, if we need to meme a week or whatever. It can do some fun stuff for sure. But yeah, Slowbro, god tier defensive pivot, really fun move pool. It's a Gen 1 Pokemon, so it gets like everything for coverage. So I thought it'd be a ton of fun to use, and yeah, here we are with our Slowbro. So with our next pick, steals were really, really flying off the board. So it was either I take this or I double up on ground types, which didn't seem like a good idea, and take Steelix later, which, you know, would have to risk me, you know, getting sniped again. So I went ahead and grabbed a Steel type a little bit early. And like when I say a little bit early, it wasn't even early because they were all going. So I grabbed a decent one, like the best one still available, and that was Cobalion. As pathetic as that is. But you guys know, if you've been around here for a minute, I am not a fan of Steel types in Gen 8. There aren't very many good ones. When I say I'm not a fan of them, I mean, I don't mean that I don't like them. Steel type is a very necessary type to have a good one of. However, there aren't very many good ones. There's Excadrill, Corviknight, Jirachi. Those are like your high tier decent ones. Aegislash as well. And then there's just like nothing in the middle tiers. Magnezone's not as good in draft as it is on the ladder, in my opinion, especially in Gen 8, because there aren't a lot of threatening Steel types. Sizzlor's okay. Like Sizzlor, I guess you could put in that higher tier, but I don't really like Sizzlor personally, and also it was gone by now. And then like what, Magneton, Klefki, those aren't really Steel types. Fucking Berserker, dude. There just aren't a lot of decent Steel types. So went ahead and grabbed Cobalion. It's okay. The one knock I have against Cobalion, I've used it a few times in the past, and I do like Cobalion as an offensive Pokemon and a decent defensive pivot. However, the problem with Cobalion is it is a Steel type that does not resist Fairy. And that is a problem for me, but I went ahead and took it anyway because I'm an idiot, and we have a few decent Fairy checks on the team, so I don't think it'll be that big of an issue, hopefully anyway. But Cobalion, decent rock setter, solid defensive pivot, got some really solid stats all around, great Fizz Staff, really good speed tier. Honestly, not the strongest thing in the world. You look at Cobalion and you think Cobalion, you think, oh, it's, you know, Sword Stance Sweeper, it must have like 150 attack. No, it has 90 attack. Also has 90 special attack, neither of which are good, but it does have a lot of really solid moves. Obviously, Close Combat, Iron Head, Secret Sword. Is it a Secret Sword or Sacred Sword? Whichever one's the better one, dude. I don't know. Also has access to Volt Switch for some reason, so it's got a lot of really cool stuff, and it's a decent Pokemon. I just really wish fucking it wasn't a fighting type. If it was just a pure Steel type, it'd be fucking incredible. Cobalion would be amazing, but unfortunately, it doesn't resist Fairy, so I kind of hate it. Speaking of Fairy resist, this was this next pick was originally a different Pokemon, but it was a free agent, post-draft free agent transaction in order to not have the Pokemon that I picked originally on the team because I hate it. I don't know why I took it. I was like, oh, that seems like a great idea, and then it literally ruined this draft for me. Like I was cool with Cobalion for a minute, and then I took the next Pokemon. I'll just go ahead and say it was a Alolan Ninetales. I fucking hate Alolan Ninetales. I literally took it for no damn reason. Same reason I took Cobalion is because there were no Steels left. There were no fucking Fairies left. So I'm like, oh, dude, fucking Alolan Ninetales will be fun. Fuck it. I took it, and then I immediately regretted it and hated it for the rest of the draft. So as soon as I got the opportunity to drop it, I did for Amoonguss. So Amoonguss does give me a grounded poison type, which is nice. It also gives me a fairy check, which is, you know, decent. It also forms a regen core with Slowbro, which is cool. Unfortunately, it does not get access to toxic spikes. If Amoonguss got toxic spikes, it would be borderline broken, dude. This thing with toxic spikes, dude, would be fantastic. However, it does absorb them, which is always a nice function to have. Definitely something you want to have on a team, otherwise you will just lose the T-spike spam. So gotta make sure you have yourself a grounded poison. One of the most important types, I would say, in Draft League. Unless you feel like losing to T-spikes every week. But Spore is nice. It does have access to Hex for whatever reason, so it can satisfy a lot of stuff in Hex. Clear Smog is a great underrated move. Foul Play is nice for catching opponents off guard. And yeah, Stomping Tantrum exists, dude. I don't know, it doesn't really do a lot, but it is a really solid defensive pivot. Nice regen core with Slowbro, and it was like one of the only good things left post draft. So yeah, that's what we have. What looks like a round 4 Amoonguss, but I can assure you it was a round 4 Alolan Ninetales, which is even worse. So next up, I wanted just something to click some goddamn buttons, because we already have like a really good physical wall breakers slash setup sweepers slash scarfer slash whatever in Garchomp. So I wanted the special equivalent of that. So I went ahead and took Porygon Mother Effing Z with my next pick. So PZ is disgusting. It has a 135 special attack with adaptability. So unless you have a ghost type, Tri Attack is doing a fuckload to like everything. Like even most steel types are taking a decent amount from Tri Attack. If it's adaptability boosted, also has access to Nasty Plot as well as agility. So if you're able to get if you get a dual dance up with PZ, the game's over. Like it's really hard to get a dual dance up with PZ because it's so frail, but if you manage to pull it off, like you kind of just win, because there are no damn switches of this thing. We do have of course access to download as well as analytic as for its other abilities, so pretty decent stuff there. It does have access to teleport as well, so we can bring it in on something that we scare out, teleport out, predict a switch, blah blah blah. Like teleport's nice. I don't really need to explain that. But yeah, dude, just here to click some down buttons. Has great Bolt Beam coverage. Dark Pulse is decent, as well as Shadow Ball. Doesn't do a lot, but it just clicks some fucking buttons, and that's what we're all about on this channel, is clicking some fucking buttons, dude. So with our next pick, I'm starting to realize that this team is gonna be really fucking slow. So let's go ahead and fix that. And how do you fix a really fucking slow team? You fix that by drafting Sticky Web. So I went ahead and got Vikavolt. This Pokemon I wanted to try for a while. It's the problem with wanting to try Vikavolt is if you're ever in a league with Matt O'Shea, which I'm in a lot of leagues with Matt O'Shea, he's gonna take it like round 4 because Vikavolt is always super under tiered. It's super undervalued. It is one of the better web setters in this generation, if you ask me. So yeah, picking it up felt like a pretty solid value pick. Gives me a really strong special attacker. Another one, 145 special attack. It's stronger than PZ, which I think is actually the highest set on my team. This thing's special attack, I could be. I know that's not true. We'll get to the stat that's higher in a little bit, obviously, but yeah, really solid offensive dual stab with Bug Electric. Is actually super underrated. Bug Stab, while resist like not strong, it doesn't hit a lot of things super effectively. It's like not resisted by a lot either. So actually that's not true. It's resisted by Fairy, Fire, Steel. It is resisted by a lot, but like Bug Bust still does a lot because 145 special attack, dude. Fuck you. Yeah, dude, good web setter, decent bulky pivot, slow volt switch is nice. Can run agility and just win a game if it has the right speed matchups. And one shot exists, so that's fun. So yeah, that is Vikavolt. Good web support for the squad. Thought it'd be a decent fit for the team. So with our next pick, this was at the point in the draft where I still had Alolan Ninetales, and I had like one other thing that I made a post draft trade for. I don't remember what it was, but I don't remember what I drafted. I remember what the other Pokemon I picked up was, but we'll figure that. I'll tell you the other Pokemon I had when we got there. Anyway, I didn't have a fucking Fairy Resist at this point, so I'm like, what's a good Fairy Resist? Fire types work. Already have a Steel type, and there's already no good ones left. We already went over why, because there aren't good Steel types in this fucking game for some reason. So went ahead and grabbed myself a Fairy Resist next. So we took Moltres. Moltres is really solid. Of course, it is Boots Lock most of the time, but it is a really solid Fairy Resist. It can take Moonblast for days, unless you're me and get Spadef dropped every fucking time someone clicks Moonblast. So it's a little bit unfortunate. But it can burn the shit out of everything with fucking Flame Body, Scorching Sands, Willow, fucking just fire moves in general. So Moltres honestly looks like a ton of fun to use in draft. It is going to be Boots Lock, but that has a lot of fun things like I already mentioned. Scorching Sands, fucking Ancient Power is cool. Can run Brave Bird if you need to hit something more physically. slash don't want to miss Hurricane, and Air Slash doesn't do enough damage, so you can run physical, dude. You can do it. And it also has U-turn if you need that. And it's a solid defogger, albeit not great. It is our first defogger, I believe. Vikavolt might get defogged, but let's be honest, ain't nobody running defog Vikavolt. Vikavolt does not get defogged, but yeah, dude, we have defog, so that's cool. Yeah, dude, defog. It's gonna be lit. So, can remove some hazards. It's a decent fire type. Gonna be really annoying to break if my opponent does not have anything for it, which we'll see. I mean, most teams have electric types. Most teams have Pokemon that get rock moves, so maybe we'll just get lucky and no one will ever have any of those things. We'll see. So next up, don't have a dark type yet, and if you know me, I lose to dark types every time, or I lose to psychic types fucking quite often, so you need to have yourself a dark type so you don't lose to fucking psychics. So went ahead and grabbed Scrafty. It is just, of course, my obligatory dark type. It also provides another punchy boy. There weren't any great dark types left. Again, it's kind of the problem of 20-man draft. You have to really like overvalue certain types, or like really fucking get lucky with snipes and stuff if you want to like have good type synergy, I feel, which isn't necessarily a problem most of the time, but it can be really annoying to like get everything you need occasionally. But Scrafty, really solid dark type, super underrated in terms of being a setup threat with bulk up and Dragon Dance. Bulk up, Shed Skin, and Rest is like really annoying. Like Shed Skin, bulk up, Rest Talk is a really good set with like Drain Punch if your opponent doesn't have a Ghost or whatever. Really solid set. 3 great abilities with Shed Skin, Moxie, and Intimidate, to be fair, so that's really nice. And yeah, dude, solid bulk and just a lot of great moves. Close combat, knock off, fucking elemental punches, dude. Like, just gets a lot of really great coverage. So should be a fun Pokemon to use. Something I've never used in draft, and I'm actually kind of excited to try it out. Next up is Galissapod. So not really sure why Galissapod's on this team, but it is. It gives me another ground resist, which is nice. It has a lot of great priority, which is really cool. I can just come in, click a first impression, and do a lot. Same thing with Sucker Punch or Aqua Jet or whatever, but it gives me spikes, which is really nice. Gives me another ground resist, which my team is kind of struggling with ground types a little bit, so never hurts to have another ground resist. I think I just drafted it because I really wanted spike support for Garchomp. Not really sure about Galissapod, but it's here and it's gonna be fun, hopefully. Maybe, we'll see. It does hit relatively hard. I used it in one game in a league I took over for. I believe that was IBL. That might have been IBL, and I think that's pretty much the only league I've taken over a spot in Gen 8. So yeah. Anyway, I used it in one game and got like 3 kills with it, and then dropped it because I suck. But yeah, it's fun. It'll do a thing or two. Yeah. So next up is the other Pokemon we free agented after the draft, and after dropping Alolan Ninetales because it's a fucking garbage tier Pokemon, I didn't have myself a fairy, so dropped I guess I can't check the server because I'm uploading and my internet is dog shit when I'm uploading, so I literally can't fucking do anything. So yeah, anyway, needed a fairy, grabbed Mimikyu out of the draft pool, so or free agent pool, and Mimikyu's solid, good Swords Dance user. It could just win a game late game if you chip everything down, because +2 is very free to get with disguise. So just come in, Swords Dance up, they break your disguise, and now +2 Shadow Seek is doing a lot. So just chip everything down. Mimikyu can win a game if you play well. Doesn't do a lot, but it's a decent setup threat. It is a fairy type, which is cool. It's also a ghost type, which is cool. So it has a great offensive typing and defensive typing, to be fair. So yeah, dude, Mimikyu is really cool. I've used it a few times. Hopefully it'll do a thing or two and win a game or two. That'd be great. That'd be fucking fantastic, And then last, and certainly not least, we needed more removal. At this point, we only had Moltres, so I wanted to go ahead and get myself a Rapid Spinner, but wouldn't you know, there are no good Rapid Spinners available, ever. Rapid Spinners are also super scarce in this generation because more things need access to Rapid Spin. Change my fucking mind. Anyway, with our last pick, we went ahead and grabbed ourselves a table. Avalugg is a super cool Pokemon, has obviously incredibly high physical defense at 184, which is just a massive fucking number. And it does have access to Body Press, which is pretty cool to pair with that. But it is a Rapid Spinner, which is nice. It does have access to Recover. It's an okay Pokemon. It's something I've used before. It won't come to every game, but games it'll need to come to, hopefully it'll do a thing. I'm gonna probably need to make some more free agent changes to this team. I'm not sure if I have any left. I'm not sure if the post-draft things counted or not. I'll figure that out. Either way, I think this team is gonna need to be changed up a little bit if I want to actually do well this season. Because, like I said, I'm honestly not in love with it. I think it's okay. I think like from Garchomp down to Moltres. Okay, Garchomp down to Scrafty, but take out Amoonguss. I guess I don't really love Amoonguss. Like, I like about 6 Pokemon on this team, basically. I don't know what I'm saying. I like some of the Pokemon on this team. I don't really like it as a whole. It's really slow. It's not that hard hitting. Doesn't have a lot of removal. Doesn't have a lot of hazards. I don't know, dude. It's not a great team, but we got some fucking button clickers, and hopefully that'll be enough to carry me to a few wins. I don't know, dude. I'm not in love with this team. If you guys couldn't tell, I've said it multiple times. I don't know, dude. I don't know what I was thinking with this draft. I don't know what happened with this draft. It just is what it is. But nonetheless, I am very excited to be playing more Draft League for you guys. And like I said, if you aren't subscribed already, please be sure to go ahead and hit that button. It'd be very kind of you to do that. And I am going to go ahead and end this terrible video now. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.